And then that all these things shall be dissolved. What manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and righteousness? So what's your conversation about? Knowing that all this is going to happen. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and righteousness? Look ye for and hastening until the coming of the day of the Most High, of Mashiach Yahushua, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. Those are going to be keeping the laws of the Most High. So if the new earth and the new heavens going to be those that's going to be keeping the laws of the Most High, then what do you think you should be doing now? That's why he said, wherefore, be loved. And who's to be loved? Anybody that call on the name of Jesus? I don't think so. Baruch 3:16. Wherefore be loved, he said, be loved. Baruch 3, 37, 36. Salakia. Baruch 3 and 36. He have found out all the way of knowledge, and have given it unto Jacob his servant, and to Israel his beloved. So you see, beloved is talking to the Israelites. So it's saying, wherefore, 2 Peter 3:14, wherefore, beloved, talking to the Israelites, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent, that ye may be found of him in peace. Hear that? Be diligent in his work, and keeping his commandments and doing what we need to do to gather ourselves together and, fear the Most High and cry to the Most High. You never had pity on us till we did that. That ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless. That's right, man. It's going to be beautiful. You ready for it? Go to Habakkuk 1 and 4. Habakkuk 1 and 4. Habakkuk 1 and 4. Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment does never go forth. For the wicked does compass about the righteous. You hear that? The law is slack. The laws of the Most High, we say you got to keep the commandments of the Most High. What are they saying? You're not under the law. You don't have to. That's why it says, therefore the law is slacked, and judgment does never go forth. Why? For the wicked does compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. That's why they got to, how it's amazing how they have brothers and sisters in jail for something that they made legal, and that's marijuana. Many people was in jail for a joint or whatever, just a little bit of marijuana, hardly any. And now they're making it, where you can get it for medical purposes. And they still in jail, making money off of them. See? Like you said, never open up their prison houses. That's why go to Hosea 4 and 1. Hosea 4 and 1. Hear the word of the Most High, you children of Israel, for the Most High hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Why? Because there is no truth. There is no truth. The law of the Most High is not here. Majority of the people, 2/3 of our people, like you say, 1/3 gonna make it, 2/3 gonna die in the fire. They say, I'm gonna melt you. Names not gonna be written in the book of life. You're gonna melt them. And they're the ones that's perpetrating The Most High said, controversy in the inhabitants of the land because there is no truth. We know the truth. Always got to bring it. Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. There's no truth. Controversy in the inhabitants of the land because there is no truth. The laws of the Most High is not being perpetrated. Like I say, they dealing with unrighteous laws and so forth. Nor mercy. That's why you got to hear this, brothers, because nor mercy. You know, the Most High give us mercy and grace to the Israelites, but you don't give no mercy and grace. Looking to get somebody, always. Nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and every one that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yeah, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Man, see the fish is coming up on the shore. I mean, we eat fish, but who's to say it's not contaminated? All the oil spills. You got the fallout from the Japanese nuclear site coming all the way across the Pacific Ocean. And we still got to get fish and so forth from the ocean that we eat that's polluted. That's why he say. And fish is coming up on it from out of the sea, coming on the shore to die rather than be out in the sea. Someone's out there messing with them. Like he say, and the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. They let no man strive nor reprove another. For thy people are as they that strive with the priests. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night. And I will destroy thy mother. Hear that? So I'm going to destroy your mother. And think about all our mothers that have been in captivity after captivity after captivity after captivity. Over and over again, man. Destroyed. And when you look at when a woman we with a man, she putting his DNA in her. She have his DNA in her. We've been with all these different nations and different people. Here we come again, dealing with the same thing over and over again. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. They reject this knowledge of this truth. He said, you're going to be a bunch of rejects. He already said all the sinners of my people are going to die by the sword. He's going to kill you. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. If he reject you, that means you're not going to the kingdom. You're not going to be, your name not going to be written in the book of life. That thou shalt be no priest to me. Ain't going to be no priest to the Most High. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. We have forgotten the law of the Most High. I will also forget thy children. That's why we grew up not knowing what we know now. And the children should be trying to learn what's right according to the Most High, because when it comes down to it, it don't matter. Like he say, you're going to kill children too. Our children. When we started that with Ezekiel 9 and 4, he said, and children. Y'all know the Most High is such? He say, spare nobody. Ain't nobody going to be spared in that day. He said, as we were increased as a nation, they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. Our glory, man, is our women. Now, women got to have dignity and integrity to not be shameful. He said, you're going to change our glory into shame. So as you come back into this truth, you got to become more anointed with the Spirit of the Most High to know how to change, to become a better creature. A new creature, a better creature. So we got to really look at this, because there are things that are perpetrated against us that if we don't really take it serious, and war is in the earth right now. It could be the start of World War III. It could be the start of what we're reading about here. Well, you ain't gonna be able to go from city to city because of lack of food and great tribulation. But ask somebody, this is real. Most I say this to you too. Go to Amos, the 5th chapter. Verse 14. It says, seek good and not evil. Seek good and not evil. Remember, say, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins, you receive not of her plagues. Revelation 18:4. Say, seek good. What's good? First and foremost, we know the Most High is good. And what else is good? Hold that. Good. Romans 7:12. It says, seek good. Romans 7:12. Wherefore the law is holy. These are the laws of the Most High. Wherefore the law is holy and the commandment holy. The commandments of the Most High. It's holy. The law is holy. The commandment is holy. And just and good. That's why I say seek good. Seek the commandments and the laws of the Most High. Which is good. That's why he's saying seek good and not evil. Because he hold that. Get Isaiah. Let's see. Five and 20. Isaiah 5 and 20. You say, see good and not evil, right? It says, woe, destruction, woe me destruction to them that call evil good and good evil. You know? Woe, destruction to you that call evil good. You call what the world is perpetrating in this world, say that we as the Israelites are off and bringing forth you the unadulterated truth of the Most High in this Bible. Woe, destruction to you, to them that call evil good. But you like what it is that they brought forth, these religions and so forth, you call that good, and good, which is us telling you to keep the commandments of the Most High, we just read. The law is holy and the commandment holy, and just and good. Woe to them, destruction to them that call evil good and good evil. To keep the commandments of the Most High, saying that's evil. That put darkness for light, hear that? To put darkness for light. The people are in gross darkness, gross ignorance. Once Esau was told to be quiet, shut up, and get into darkness, he put the people in gross darkness as we went over. It says, and that put darkness for light, you put the darkness that he put you in and say this is the light. Like Satan transformed himself into what? An angel of light. You ought to be worshiping the devil and don't even realize it. Put darkness for light and light for darkness. Tell us that we in darkness because we not following the way of the world, the evil of the world. When the Most High told Esau from the start, Proverbs 16:4, what? The Most High created all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil. And you're going to follow that. That's why I say, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Contrary. Woe, destruction to them that are wise in their own eyes and puted in their own sight, but not according to the precepts of the Most High. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. But whatever matter it is, because it's a book of life. Verse 23, that justify the wicked for reward. Hey, isn't that what the preacher's doing? They justify the wicked for reward. Give me your money. And I'm going to keep this doctrine, this particular way of life that we've been taught in whatever religion it is. Keep going for reward to get the money out of the people. Reach in your pockets and give me them tithes. But you ain't under the law, but they're going to read the law of tithing to you. Which justify the wicked for reward and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Hear that? Take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. Somebody want to be righteous, they living a great life, then you take it away from them. And having them follow your religion or the way you think. God told you, God ain't told you nothing. But thus say the Most High in this Bible. Prove it by what it is that's written in this Bible. And you teaching our people that they Gentiles. Oh boy, he got something for y'all. If y'all don't repent and come back to the Most High's commandments. Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble, I ain't got to say it, let him tell you. Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble, and the flame consumeth the shaft, so their root shall be of as rottenness, and their blossom shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of the Most High power of hosts. They have cast away the law of the Most High power of armies, of angels. I'll read it to you again, because it might have went over your head. Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble, that's like tumbleweeds. You put a match to tumbleweeds, go shh. Therefore, as the fire devoureth the stubble, and the flame consumeth the shaft, so their root shall be as rottenness. Your foundation gonna be as rottenness. But our people don't see it. They looking at, oh, it's a lot of people there. Oh, they gotta be working with the Most High. Because you like to hear lies, deceit. So their root shall be as rottenness, and their blossom shall go up as dust, because they have cast away the law of the Most High power of hosts, and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. Therefore is the anger of the Most High kindled against his people, and he hath stretched forth his hand against them, and hath smitten them. And the hills did tremble, and their carcasses, their dead bodies, were torn in the midst of the streets. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. When will we ever learn? When we gonna learn? What do we have to do to us to get us to really realize he's serious? He's serious. This is serious. Look, when you look at, it came to me, the Spirit came to me, nobody really say who killed Mashiach Yahushua, the Lord and Savior, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Who's a so-called white man that killed him. They put him to death. Not only him, Andrew was crucified, the apostles. Bartholomew, beaten, then crucified. James, son of Alphaeus, stoned to death. James, son of Zebedee, beheaded, like John the Baptist was beheaded. John, exiled for his faith, died of old age on island of Patmos. Judas, not Iscariot, stoned to death. Matthew, speared to death. Peter, crucified upside down. Philip, crucified. Simon, crucified. Thomas, speared to death. Matthias, stoned to death. Paul, crucified upside down. Come on, there's a price to pay for all of this. That's why we got to really look at getting ourselves in the right spirit and remaining in that spirit of righteousness so that we don't get caught up in any way, shape, or form of what's going down, because it's here. It's all here. So they know they have a short time to come down with much wrath, but then our people act like, oh, everything, we go back to sleep so fast. Boom. Something happened, then, hey, go right back to sleep. Look at Isaiah, the 13th chapter. Let's read verse 1, identifying who it is. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Omas did see. Because you know the same Babylon we read about in, just to bring it on home, in Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of who? Babylon. Right? Sit on the ground, man, you're going to be at a low estate. There's no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, but thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. So who's this virgin daughter of Babylon? Let's establish that. Because it might be someone that's coming on that looking at this lesson and have their own way of thinking, as most people do that don't know. Let's go to the book of Psalms 137 and verse 7. We identify this virgin daughter of Babylon. It said, remember, O Most High, the children of Edom. Edom. Remember Edom? Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So Esau became Edom as a nation, Edomites. It says, but David is saying, remember, O Most High, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. You know, in the previous lesson, I was showing how they burnt down our temples. Read that in 1 Ezra 4:45. When the Babylonians came and took us into captivity, they burned down our temples. And we read in Obadiah how they was stopping us in the way so we could go into captivity. Here they are over here, snitching us out, stopping us, blocking us from going into, freedom. Once again, remember, O Most High, the children of Edom, which is the subject. We're looking for who is the virgin daughter of Babylon. Remember, O Most High, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, see? O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall it be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. He that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of persons with the Most High. Happy shall it be that taketh and dashes thy little ones against the stones. That's what they did to our children. When they came and took over this Western Hemisphere, that's what they was doing. We on gallows. They roasted us underneath our feet, and we watching our babies be dashed to the stones. It's a book called Destruction of the West Indies. I presented it by Bartholomew de las Casas. He showed pictures in there of this act happening to our children. We didn't want to follow the Most High, so we said, I'm going to give you to the worst of the heathen. I'm going to give you to the most wicked in all the world. He warned us. So what are we going to say? We can't say nothing. So go back to Isaiah 13. So Babylon represents the Edomites here. And let's look at verse 4. It says, verse 3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. You know, the angels, look at the angels, what they do. Second Ezra 8:21. Second Ezra 8:21. Whose throne, the Most High throne, talk about the Most High, is inestimable, cannot be measured, whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the host of angels stand with trembling. So you know if they trembling, they are giving him all the exaltation beyond our imagination. So it says, verse 4 of Isaiah the 13th chapter, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Most High power of hosts mustereth the hosts of the battle. He bringing the armies to the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, like over here in America. Even the Most High and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Most High power and of Mashiach Yahushua is at hand, y'all. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Ain't gonna be no mighty man in this day. Macho and all that stuff. You see what he say? Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart or mind shall melt. And they shall be afraid, as we read in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. Plagues and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. Will be in pain like a woman having a baby with some contractions. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Their faces gonna be red. Flames is red. Behold, the day of the Most High cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. So all the sinners, you can think you ain't got to follow the Most High's laws if you want to. He said he's going to destroy all those that break the Most High's commandments and laws out of it. You hear this? For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. You ain't going to see no light because it's going to be all the soot, all the black smoke that's going to be covering them up. The sun shall be darkened. It is going forth. The sun gonna be darkened. It is going forth. Ain't gonna see no sun. It's gonna be all soot, smoke, black smoke. And the moon shall not cause her light to shine, because there ain't gonna be no moon, because you ain't gonna see nothing but smoke, black smoke. He said, I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and having the people fall into iniquity and follow them. All the nations have drank of the wrath of their fornication. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. He said, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir, the best gold. But you're going to be dipped in the furnace of affliction. You're going to be refined. You got to go through it. Therefore will I shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. You hear what he say? He going to shake the heavens, and the earth going to remove out of her place. We in the universe. We out there in the atmosphere right now. In the atmosphere, in space, it's going to move. He say he's going to move it out of its place. Therefore will I shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Most High power of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. He said, it shall be as a chased roe, gonna be like a chased deer, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. Ain't nobody gonna want to be bothered with them now. This day, they shall every man turn to his own people. Hear that? Everybody gonna turn to their own race. Chinese to the Chinese, Japanese to the Japanese, Chinese, the Arabs to the Arabs, and so forth and so on. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. They're going to be getting up out of here. They're going to be going to their own land. What land we going to go to? What land we going into? That we have total control of. What land is that? Because even the lands that the majority of us being there still run by somebody else of another nation. Have their hand in it. Where we gonna run? So-called Negro man. Where's your land at? Where you gonna run to? Does it say, they shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone to his own land? We don't have no land to run to. That's why we're gonna be here. We're gonna be wherever we are and scattered amongst all these nations. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through. See? Everyone that's found gonna be thrust through, meaning gonna be killed. And everyone that is joined unto them, you join unto them. He said, come out of her, my people. Come out of their mindset. You join unto them in the mindset, or you with them, shall fall by the sword. He gonna kill you. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. You hear that? Like our children was dashed to pieces before our eyes. If you need pictures, I can show you pictures. They drew them and put them in that book. Excuse me. Their houses shall be spoiled. Houses gonna be robbed. And their wives ravished, and their wives raped. Plundering the women. Verse 19, in Babylon, America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when God Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. America will be just like when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. He rained down fire and brimstone on them. It shall never be inhabited. It ain't gonna never be inhabited. Ain't nobody gonna live here no more. Neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there. And their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there. And satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses. And dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come. You know, her time is near to come, y'all. And her days shall not be prolonged. That's why it tells you. I gotta hear the word of the Most High. It's only a certain amount of time that the Most High is going to allow such wickedness to exist. He said, he came down, he brought the flood, didn't he? He brought the flood. Did nobody believe he's going to do it, right? Noah was saying it's going to rain, it's going to rain. Repent. They didn't believe he was going to do it. And when it came, it was crying. Let me in, let me in, let me in. The door was shut. It's too late. That's how it's going to be for people now. They looking at what it is that we're bringing out. And a lot of them making mockery of it. Like we don't know what we're talking about. But there's going to be a time. It's going to be a time. Just like I said, like in the days of Noah. Look at Job, the 20th chapter, in the 4th verse. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? You got to understand the Most High, because the Most High, remember they had the Greek Empire, they had the Roman Empire, the Most High cut their time short and ran them into the Caucasus Mountains. for a long, long, many hundreds and 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 hundreds of years away from civilization. They came out as a nation in 1453. It's the Ottoman Turks. They were having the Holy Wars. Once they seen everybody dissipating and everything, they came out and started taking over. It was their time to rule. That's what he said. Knoweth not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, you know he got that space station up there, and his head reached into the clouds, got jets flying and all that, airplanes and so forth, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Where's the so-called white man at? Where did he go? They which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. Remember, going on all their possessions, it says in Obadiah 17 verse. His bones are full of the sin of his youth. Things that they done before, when they first came out, still there. Which shall lie down with him in the dust, which shall be, when he be put to death, gonna lie down with him in the dust, is saying. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, I have black friends. I love black people. Though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it, and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of apes, poisonous snakes within him. Poison within him. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. We see we're on all their possessions. He's going to have to give it back. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of apes. He's going to suck the poison of poisonous snakes. And viper's tongue shall slay him. You know. You're going to set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, as we read. Satan against Satan, his kingdom going to stand. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he laboreth for shall he restore, and shall not swallow it down. According to his substance shall the restitution be on all their possessions, and he shall not rejoice therein. Why? Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor. Because he have violently taken away an house which he buildeth not. You hear that? Violently took away a house that he buildeth not. That's why Mashiach Shai said in Matthew 11 concerning the Romans. Matthew 11 and 11. Verily I say unto you, among them that are born of women, they have not risen or greater than John the Baptist, notwithstanding he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. I'll let you know how powerful this truth is. And from the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven, which is the 12 tribes of Israel, suffereth violence, right? And the violent, talking about the Romans, so-called white man, take it by force. You see? The violent, take it by force. That's why he said in Luke 21 and 20, the violent Romans took us down in 70 AD. We went to war for about 5 years. Mashiach told us in Luke 21 and 20, and when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, what armies would it be? It would have to be the Roman armies, because they were the superpower of the earth when he walked the earth. Then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Know that you're going to be destroyed. Say, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them. This is when we fled into Africa. And let them that which are in the midst of it depart out. You're in the midst, depart out. When you say you're on the housetop, don't come down to get anything, you just leave. And in the midst of it, depart out. And let not them that are in the countries enter therein. Don't come back into our land of Jerusalem, Israel, so forth. Flee into Africa. That's what he's telling us. For these be the days of vengeance. We say the violent take it by force. These be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. See? All things that are written where? Not in the New Testament, but the Old Testament. That's all he had to go by, was the law and the prophets. All things that are written may be fulfilled. But woe, destruction unto them that are with child, pregnant, and to them that give suck, have little babies in those days. In those days, it was at war. It was coming to kill us. But there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people. What people? We, the 12 tribes of Israel. Because you had some of the tribes, it was mainly Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, but you had some of the tribes that were with us also. It didn't go off with Jeroboam. They were still there from the northern tribes. And they shall fall, listen, they shall fall by the sword, the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, first and foremost, the Edomites, the Romans, Idumeans, until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. That's why you see them over there now, in our land. Until the times of the Gentiles, these other nations, their time be fulfilled. So, look at what they did. He said, as it is written. The things to be fulfilled that was written, right? Look what they did. It's already written what they would do. That's why, you know, when you know our story, you look at this, I don't see why, if the so-called Jewish people were the people of the book, why didn't I talk about this Holocaust? But let's read about this one. In Psalm 79, he said, that's everything to be fulfilled. Let's see what he said is going to happen. And what did happen. Psalm 79, he said, O Most High, the heathen are come into thine inheritance, into the land of Israel. Thy holy temple have they defiled. You know, we know that Antiochus Epiphanes defiled our temple, and we had to receive our temple back in the Feast of Dedication. But this is what happened in 70 AD too. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. The dead bodies of thy servants, we define the servants, are the Israelites, have they given to be meat unto the fowls of heaven. So when you see the Most High do what Mashiach Shai saying that when he kill all of them and the birds gonna eat their bodies up, this is what happened to us. The dead bodies of thy servants have they given to be meat unto the fowls of heaven. The birds ate our bodies. The flesh of thy saints, we know the saints, Psalms 148:14, defines who the saints are.